Mom, 56 female, has been using my 19 male toys. I am gay. I've been a collector of toys from a certain company related to dragons as of recently. They fills the holes in my relationships at the moment with quarantine. I've spent about 1.5k on my collection. Obviously, each of these are meant for one person only. Sharing is not caring for them. They can get bacteria and can carry diseases that never go away. I take care of my collection, but a couple of them have gone missing. Obviously this makes me nervous, as these are meant to be kept to myself. One of my friends has found its way into my mom's shower. I know that he doesn't have a mind of his own, so someone's been taking him places. Dad is on a work trip, and siblings don't live here. It must be Mom. This is the weirdest situation I have ever been in. Anyone got advice for next steps? Edit. These toys mean a lot to me since they kinda changed my life. They motivated me to get my diet together and to work out more so I could use them. It's weird but it seems to work for me, so I really don't want to throw them away. Edit 2. The toys are from Bad Dragon. Please stop DMing me for nudes, that is disgusting. That's a boundary I didn't even know was possible to cross. Why take your toys? It's so gross and weird. I would throw that toy away and ask Mom if she needs help in getting her own. And remind her that these things are not for sharing. Weird conversation to have, but good God it has to happen. Besides confronting your mother that she is gross as fuck and needs to hand over some money to replace your stuff. Lockbox and a room camera. Okay, well that's enough internet for me today. Holy fuck, that's disgusting. Throw it away and hide your shit. Tell her to not be gross. Just want to point out that silicone is non-porous and cannot harbor bacteria as long as the toys are properly sanitized, bleached or boiled. Obviously what your mother did is still highly inappropriate, but you don't need to toss the toys as other commenters are suggesting. They can even be sold if you don't feel comfortable keeping them. You need to have a serious talk about boundaries and invest in some storage system you can lock just in case. I mean, I'd throw them away because of trauma because of a parent using them, but like. Also you can just boil and sanitize them. They don't carry diseases forever and can be sanitized with boiling or bleach. Would be horrified enough to throw them out because of the parent part. But people buy and sell Bad Dragons second-hand to save money all the time and sanitize them. Non-porous platinum pure silicone is safe for that. Instead of throwing them out, just boil them and list them for sale on the subreddit. Someone will buy them for a solid price compared to what you paid. You gotta throw the mom away. Bring this up to your mom bluntly. Tell her not to do this ever again. Also, keep them in a locked up safe from now on. Others are very correct about the sanitary concern. Sanitize all of them. Throw out any made of a porous material. Also press your mom into making a doctor's appointment for mental health problems like dementia. If she tries to make a joke out of this, press very hard. I don't actually think your mom is likely to have this illness, but it is possible, and people developing early onset illnesses find it hard to keep boundaries. It's also a good redirect if your mom tries to make a joke out of this. I need eye bleach. Ahem. Those are now hers, dude. Pretend you don't know and lock away the rest so she doesn't take any more. And holy shit, am I sorry you found out. Whoa. This is messed up. If you're up for it, sit her down and tell her it's highly inappropriate to borrow your sex toys and tell her to get her own. If that's too awkward, lock your toys away and maybe leave a note on their storage container for her to see if she attempts it again. I hope to gods this isn't real, because what the fuck? I just read an Am I the Asshole post about a woman who caught her mill attempting to breastfeed her infant. I didn't think I would see worse today, but congrats, sir. You win. EW. I bet her logic is that it's no big deal because you came out of her vag, so how different can it be? Yuck. Tears of joy, 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 rolling on the floor laughing. As painful as it, you gotta just confront her. Be harsh and embarrassing if need be. She can literally buy her own. Online. Anonymously. Get a lockbox, dude, and keep the key hidden. Your mama is nasty and cheap if she can't be bothered to buy her own toys. Use gloves and take back the ones she stole and throw them away. Then give your mom a link to Adam and Eve and tell her to buy her own. Eek. You might have to talk to your mom. Do you listen to Savage Love? I feel like this would make it onto the show. Time to get a trunk with a lock for your special friends. People resell these all the time. They're easily sanitized. That being said, call your mom out directly. That's a huge violation of your privacy. That's enough internet for today. Bad Dragon is an awesome site. Haha. Screams. I run our toys through the dishwasher on the highest setting. Cleans the hell out of them and sterilizes them as well. As for mom, don't feel bad. Our oldest daughter, when she was about 14 or 15, used to make off with our toys. Once she used my wife's toothbrush to masturbate in the bathtub. Fortunately, my wife caught her and threw the toothbrush away. Wife was rather disgusted that our daughter probably would have put it back in the toothbrush holder after she was finished with it, and we'd have been none the wiser. Myself, I was rolling on the floor, LMAO. You need to have a talk with mom. Lol. You should honestly confront her. That's so unsanitary, and not to mention crossing a boundary I didn't even know existed until reading this. Get your own place instead of buying expensive toys. Boil or bleach them and tell your mom to not touch them and awkwardly ignore her for several months. Or tell her to keep the ones she used and pay for them, then awkwardly ignore her for several months. Wow. I've read hundreds of posts about teens that borrow parents' toys. Never this. I'm sorry your mother has ruined your dragons. This is an easy one. As you and your mom sit down to breakfast, just say, "So, I see that my vibrator made its way to your shower. You do know that it has been up my ass, right?" That should resolve it. My main worry is what if this isn't the first time she's done it and just put the other ones she used back in their place. They fill holes all right. If you can spend that much money on toys, maybe it's time to get your own place and move out of the folks' house, then you won't have to worry about it. This is fake. This is so fake. Unless you're from Florida or some shit. Yes. The normal and only bearable thing to do is forget those were ever yours. Lock up the rest. Do not discuss it, because why would you want to? No amount of money could drive me to talk about sex toys with my mother. Especially her theft of those sex toys. No. So weird that your mom took them, and I would talk to her about it and never use those ones again, and then in the future I would put your toys locked away where no one can find them. I have so many questions though. Sorry. I may be showing my naivety, but what kind of toys are we talking about? Like dildos? And how do you spend $1,500 on that? How much time are you spending with these toys that they're having such a profound effect on your life? Sorry. I'm really not judging. I just want to know more. What the fuck did I just read? Okay, so this is horrible, but I do hope you are in general using a silicone-safe soap on them after and before each use. As for your mom using them, maybe search for a time machine. There is no advice on that other than I hope you move out soon. Troll. Also, I need an update on what you decide to do because I'm curious. I cannot possibly permit myself to believe this is legitimate, haha. Surely not flushed. Wait. What does working out and dieting have to do with using sex toys? I feel like I'm missing something here. You guys are really optimistic with this talk to her about boundaries advice. I don't mean it in a bad way, I just don't see the point. Personally, can't see a way for this to ever be fixed. This seems like grounds for ending the relationship entirely. Just wanna say sorry that people are DMing you that. Some people really have no fucking decency or common sense. Okay. First of all, I feel dumb for not picking up on a ton of cues here and thought your mom was playing with your action figures or dolls or something like that. Jesus, they shouldn't name them dragons for this reason alone. But in all seriousness, you need to tell your mom to stop that immediately and buy her own. It's an awkward as fuck conversation to have, but at this point there is no other way. This is extremely gross and problematic. First, do an inventory of your toys. Sanitize them, maybe a few times. Next, you need to get a lockbox or small safe to store them in. I think you need to start locking up any important documents and items as well. If your mom is snooping and feels entitled enough to use your adult toys, she clearly does not respect your boundaries. This is a huge violation. I think you need to strongly consider moving out. Lock them up in a trunk with a key, and have a conversation about the seriousness of crossing this boundary. It's not like sharing a drinking glass. Well, I suggest you throw them away and hide the rest of your friends before they get violated too. OEW. Make her pay you back and get a replacement. That's seriously fucked up. Wow. Chalk it up as a bad drug deal. Lock your other junk lol up and EWWW let her keep it. Pawn the ones you have left and move TF out. Time for a lockbox op. Holy shit, that's awful. And I thought my friend's story of him finding his mom's vibrator while searching for his DS was bad. Help me, son. Your toy is stuck.